Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Cheated on for 4 years, where do I go from here? Need support. Having a hard time trusting her after I was cheated on multiple times during the relationship. I found out she was escorting me for money as a side job while we were together for 4 years. I personally thought the relationship was exclusive and had no idea she was sleeping with anyone else. I was blindsided when I found out. I broke up with her immediately and a year later got back together. It's been 1 month back together. The trust issues are super hard for me to get over. Constant worry she's sleeping with someone else. She only has guys as friends at her work and personal life. I have feelings for her, but the betrayal and trust being broken aren't going away. Update: 1 week after posting I caught my GF cheating again. She told me she has a problem with the thrill/rush of cheating and it turns her on. I'm extremely broken at this point. I can't believe I wasted 4+ years on this girl, believing she would change. I've gone through her bipolar/anger issues, making me pay for everything, lunches, dinners, her bills. I feel so stupid for being her sugar daddy, as she jokey called me at times. Backstory. We were together for 3 years. I found out she was escorting/prostituting online the entire time we were together. The moment I found out, I broke up with her and never talked with her for almost 1 year. During the year apart, I fell into a terrible depression and every day I constantly thought about her and the pain she caused me. I then reached out to her and somehow, being so rock bottom and feeling super hopeless, I got back together with her. In my mind, and with the reassurance that she told me she would never cheat on me again and she's a changed person, as she told me, I believed that she had changed, but always had the feeling in the back of my mind/gut feeling she was cheating on me. The last 2 months we've been together, I couldn't stop thinking about all the guys she was with and the pain she caused me. After catching her cheating again, it's been game over for me. I know in my mind and heart I will never go back to her. Go no contact and never let her in your life again. Block her on everything. She wasn't joking, you have been her sugar daddy. And maybe that's all she saw you as. Leave her in the past. Get some IC. Go through the feelings. Reach out for support. Those 4 years are gone, the entire rest of your life is ahead of you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not trying to blame you for what she did, but come on mate. You knew she didn't change, you just choose to ignore it. You didn't waste 4 years, it took you 4 years to learn your lesson about relationships. And please don't take her back, focus on yourself, and move on. Find a therapist. Quit making excuses for her. Break up, go full no contact, and then try to figure out why you feel the need to hurt yourself. You know she is never going to stop, so why did you take her back? She's given you the one reason that is totally impossible to reconcile from. Her fantasy includes belittling and abusing you. Get away from her and never ever go back or indulge her with anything more. She's absolute poison to you and she enjoys your suffering sexually. Get your support network working for you for comfort and to get your story out before she comes up with something crazy. Lock down your finances. This one wants your cash. At least you know you gave it what you had to give, and that in the end she is just a broken person with a kink for betraying others and risking her health. Sounds like a bad person who will never be happy, at least not really. Time to go no contact. You will grieve and be angry, but never let her even know you remember she exists. Good luck. The duck did I just read? Why did you get back with her? Alright. The light bulb moment came and went. Now move on, dude, find something better. Thumbs up. I can't believe that you went back with a common cheat and hook her. Get some pride and lose her. Real simple. Stay with her and this is your life. Or don't and it's not. Choose wisely. But whatever you do, don't fool yourself into thinking that you can change her or that she will change. You don't have that kind of power, and truthfully, she probably doesn't have that kind of will. I'm not saying that she can't, but her changing will have nothing to do with you, and to even be able to verify any real change in her will only expose you to this shit again. So it's a gamble, and the odds are not in your favor. My advice? Run as fast as you can away from her. Find someone who doesn't suck. I am not sure why you two got back together after you discovered she was an escort. You do know that cheaters will always cheat again. The other part of cheating is the lies. You knew she was charging men for sex. Did you consider getting an STD test? Yes, you were just another of her banks. Hard to understand why you put up with this for 4 years. It is clear 3 years and 11 months ago you should have broken up and blocked her. Cheated on for 4 years, where do I go from here? Move on. Fix your self-esteem so you don't think you're only worthy to be with broken women you have to fix. Get rid of that savior complex you have, cause it doesn't work on women, it only guarantees that you'll be taken advantage of by the next psycho to come your way. In a healthy relationship, this would not even be remotely okay. I've gone through her bipolar/anger issues, making me pay for everything, lunches, dinners, her bills. I feel so stupid for being her sugar daddy, as she jokey called me at times. Edit, your update/edit just made you look even worse. You need help badly, self-help/therapy, whatever you need just to get a minuscule amount of self-esteem. And stay away from women for the time being. Even the good ones will probably be tempted to abuse you if you're like this. Well, you gave it a shot for her to change, and she didn't. Now you know exactly who she is. This is all on her. Time for you to find someone who can be faithful. Take it as a learning experience, know the signs and learn to find people of integrity in future. You deserve better. Once a cheater, always a cheater? Advice. I was cheated on for 4 years, the entire time during the relationship with multiple different partners. She claims to have a sex addiction and was escorting for money, sleeping with guys for money, and sleeping with guys for pleasure during our entire relationship. I was blindsided. I thought this was a wonderful girl, I fell deeply in love with and was going to marry her. After finding out she had cheated on me during the entire relationship, I ended the relationship and we didn't talk for almost 1 year. During that time I fell into the worst depression of my life. I couldn't believe she had cheated on me, and the pain was so intense, it was the worst pain ever. I felt I lost the love of my life and I would never experience love again. I then realized that I wanted to give her a second chance. We cried in each other's arms. She saw the pain she caused me and was extremely apologetic, and I felt like she meant it. She told me she would never cheat again, and I felt the relationship was as strong as it had ever been for the entire 4 years. It only lasted for 1 month and now I caught her cheating again with a co-worker. I'm extremely heartbroken and can't believe after all the pain I've been through that she would do this to me again. I've moved out and haven't talked with her for a week. She wants to talk on the phone, but I feel the pain might be too deep. I don't want to ever get back together in a relationship with her. I've been pondering just being friends, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I miss her, but I'm also super angry and hurt. During the whole relationship she had me pay for everything: breakfast, lunch, dinner. I bought her gifts, paid for her gas. I was so stupid to pay for everything and get myself in tons of debt. I thought we were going to be together forever. It's the first time I've ever feel in love with someone in my whole life. I felt she has some type of love spell on me. It's crazy. I miss her after everything she's done to me. What would you recommend I should do? Ghost her and don't look back. Sounds like you were just another customer. My thoughts exactly. It sadly sounds like he was plain old taken advantage of. You're gonna have to just go through the fire of moving on and being made new. They eat, pray, and love stuff. Focus on getting yourself out of debt. Someone that loves you would consider their future with you and both drive you both into debt. A partner looks out for you and for us. Guess all the pain she saw in you that she caused did not mean anything. When you want to talk to her again or see her, just think of that. All that pain she caused, all that ick she had when you were together, all the lies she told, etc., and add that to future lies if you keep talking to her. Put all that on one side of the scale and your desire to see her again on the other side. And if you decide wanting to see her outweighs all the mess, then just prepare for more pain and accept it with grace and knowledge that you knew it was coming. Do not talk or see or have anything to do with this person. Cut her out of your life completely. If she tells you what you want to hear, you will eventually take her back, and she will absolutely cheat on you again. There is nothing to be gained by talking to her at all. It will only prevent you from healing. Stay absolutely no contact. She has shown you what she is. She needs to be out of your life for good. Even when you were at your worst, she still was incapable of giving you what she needed. She is not your friend. High up, what is done is done. The only thing that you can do about it, is learn from it and try not to make the same mistakes for the future. Even, it was not necessary to think about it too much to understand what will be the end of you taking her back. You know that she is escorting, why will be different with you? She are using you only for money. Because you are paying her everything. This is too much to understand? She has escorting you, but only not for sex. She has shown you who she really is. Why hadn't you believe her? Now, the only thing you can do is heal. Go to no contact with her, you will not gain anything interacting with her, and be sure not to take her back. Lesson of life, do not take a cheater back, never, ever. Cheaters cheat. They have done it once, they will go do it again. She claims to have a sex addiction. I'm an addict in recovery. I cheated a lot. I was cheated on a lot. No matter how many times I told myself I would stop, I couldn't. So I don't think once a cheater always a cheater or any kind of absolute statements like that. The brain is plastic and people can change if they want to. That being said, if she is not in active recovery and doing the work to actually change herself with professional help, then the same old stuff is going to happen again. Almost guaranteed. What I'm more worried about is your own reaction and the trauma this has caused for you. Why do you want to be with someone who treated you so poorly? There are no wrong answers to that question, but it's a question you may want to ask yourself. When I was active in my addiction, I had no problem finding other committed, married people who were the same as me. It happens a lot more than people want to admit or realize. Is there something about her infidelity that makes you want to win her back? Is it just from the pain of being alone? The fact that you call it a love spell tells me you've got some co-addict codependency going on, too. Basically what I'm trying to say is this, if you both don't get professional help, like yesterday, then you're in for a world of pain in the future. Only you can know if that's a choice you want to make. People can and do change, it's just really ducking hard to do. Going through a breakup, how long did it take you to feel better again? Going through a breakup, was cheated on for 4 years, taking it hard right now but only been a week. How long did it take you to get over a breakup? It depends. I had a 2-year relationship 11 years ago that I feel like I'm not over to this day, but I've just learned to cope with it. I'm not upset about the breakup itself more than thinking about what could have been. They're married with a child now and we're still in touch, so it's just one of those things that I've learned to deal with. I had a relationship about 3 years ago that absolutely destroyed me at the time, but I never even think about that one anymore. I probably spent about 6 months in a bad place with that one. I'm a month out of a breakup from another 2-year relationship and I really can't tell you how I feel about it. I'm sad, but I knew it wasn't working out and they beat me to the punch in calling it off. I wasn't happy but I still miss them. Dealing with a cheater is a tough one and I'm sorry you're going through it. I wish I could say 4 years equals 4 months or something simple like that. There's no timeline that you have to follow and it's okay to not be okay for as little or as long as you need to be. Just don't let it consume you. I say that even though today is one of the rougher days for me. Everyone heals differently and I wish you the best. Wow, so much respect. May I ask, Does it get hard to get back into new relationships because of these breakup experiences? I feel like I can never trust guys anymore. Every time I meet someone, I have this fear that all their words are lies, but wonder if it's just a temporary feeling that goes away with time. I mean, yes and no. I am definitely the same way in that my first instinct is to assume the worst. It's something I have to work at in the beginning of a new relationship to convince myself to not completely shut down and shut the dude out. Like, this new guy isn't the same guy that had a whole ass relationship with another woman while dating me, not any of the relationships I mentioned originally. I try to pinpoint why I'm assuming that I think they're lying. Is it because there's an actual red flag, or am I projecting a previous bad experience, you know? I don't think it necessarily gets easier as much as you learn ways to cope and gain tools to overcome those negative thoughts. I heard someone say, you can't love someone else until you love yourself, and that's always really stuck with me. Whether you choose therapy or other self-help techniques is up to you, but I think it's important to work on self-confidence. Thanks a lot for the insight. Honestly, I don't feel like I have a problem with self-confidence or self-esteem, but it's hard to stop myself from projecting my previous ex onto other guys. I really trusted every word he's said to me, so now I can't tell if a guy means what he says or if it's just another lie that I'm oblivious to. I guess it's good to keep asking myself those reflective questions. It's on and off for me. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you miss them. I broke up with my SO 142 days ago, but who's counting? And I have times where I feel like I had to break up with them, and then there's times when I'm filled with regret. But Jay-Z once said, in order to survive you have to learn to live with that. As George Jones said, he said, I'll love her till I die. Called my ex-girlfriend who cheated on me, terrible idea rant. The backstory is, I dated a girl for 3 years. I found out almost at year 3 she was escorting on the side for money and also sleeping with guys for pleasure the entire relationship. She also has bipolar issues and anger issues, and I was emotionally and at one point I was physically abused, punched in the chest. Once I found out about her escorting and cheating, I broke up with her, and for the first 2 months we stayed friends, but I knew I couldn't keep on going on as friends. It was painful to talk with her every night. For 9 months after I broke all contact with her, during those 9 months I fell into a super bad depression. With thoughts of, what if I get back together with her, I will see chest again, will she change her ways and be a better person? It haunted me, thinking I had lost the love of my life. Before this relationship I've never found love before, and this love felt amazing. After 1 year of breaking up with her, I felt the lowest feelings in the world, and the feeling I couldn't carry on without her. I decided to reach out to her and have her come over to talk with me. We both cried in each other's arms. She felt so bad for all the pain she caused me and told me she would never cheat again. I ended up packing all my stuff and moving in with her parents and siblings' house. She didn't want to get a place of her own because she didn't want to leave her family. I move into the smallest room ever, sharing a twin-sized bed with her. She's a hoarder and you can barely walk into the room. The room was super dirty and covered in dust, dirt and old things she's never used. I tried to make a bit of space just to bring a suitcase of my clothes. It was a challenge to fit that. During that month I experienced the worst of her anger. She was getting me the silent treatment, getting upset that her room was too small, mostly because I was in her room taking up space. I helped pay the rent and contribute necessities to her family. I paid for all of her gas for her car, paid for all the lunches, dinners, movies. In the 1 month I lived there I paid a little over $2,500. I finally found out yet again she cheated on me with a co-worker from her job. She admitted it, thinking I would forgive her. She told me it was a one-time thing and she had to get it out of her system. I broke up with her again, then she changed her mind and told me she didn't cheat on anyone and that I had cornered her into telling a lie. Lol, I moved out and over to a different state. No contact with her for 2 weeks. I ignored all calls and texts. I broke down yesterday and called her to try to make peace with the situation, but all I got was her anger. Why would you leave me? It's so unfair. I didn't cheat on you. After the course of 4 years with her, she took me to the bank. I've spent $35,000 on her. I blamed myself on the money situation. I'm currently in a ton of debt. She's a train wreck that used you. She's fake AF and you really need to go no contact with her. You're not doing yourself any favors by revisiting the past and the feelings you had. It's not real. She can't settle down with you if she can't even resist screwing co-workers to get it out of her system. WTF does that even mean? Also, find a therapist. This stuff is traumatic and you'll feel better talking to a pro about the various feelings associated with getting betrayed and losing your relationship. You, my friend, are a glutton for punishment. I don't see any point in berating you over the seemingly irrational things you have done to be around her. It looks like you have an addiction for her, and need professional help. Please cut all contact with her immediately. I get that you are sad without her. Are you sad for $35,000 worth? You should be. She has played you masterfully, taken you for a large sum of money, and has you yearning for more. You should take this one day at a time, just like an alcoholic trying to quit drinking. Don't think about her, look at her pictures, check her social media, text or call her. If you need encouragement, you should look at your stack of unpaid bills. Force yourself to face that she is worse than bad for you. I am sure you miss her, but deal with it and do not do any more irrational things. You are probably going to say that you can't afford therapy, but I am going to tell you that you can't afford not to. Put your healing and recovery at the top of the list, and her at the bottom. Hell, take her off the list entirely. Focus on you and away from her and it will get better. Good luck to you. It haunted me thinking I had lost of the love of my life. You found out she was an escort though and was cheating. Where does loving yourself come in here? You treat a horrible monster with kindness, compassion and patience. When will you show yourself the same? Don't date a woman with that kind of work. She is a user and abuser. You are nothing more than a paycheck to her. As soon as you cannot provide, you no longer have any value. It's okay to regret calling her. Just learn from it and grow. Block and delete her from your life. An expensive, but valuable lesson. When someone shows you who they really are, believe it the first time. This isn't a rant, it's a cry for help. Why would you willingly return to a sex worker? Why would you hand your heart to someone who is BPD? Go see a therapist if you're suffering from depression and trauma. Don't return to the person who caused the trauma. Utter insanity. Please go see a therapist. Get your head on straight before you try any other relationships, and find out why you want to date an escort. They intentionally remove emotional attachment from sex and instead use it to secure well-being, which is another way of saying they will use sex to manipulate you and get what they want. Good luck. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.